Your Safety by Brenda, Elizabeth, Idais, and Karina / Carl.
And action.
What not to use?
Don't use a kitchen knife.
Is that the way you're supposed to? Don't use a saw.
Don't use a screwdriver.
And don't use a dull, rusty blade. Rusty tools can increase the risk of injury, and it can infect you. Not to use a box cutter.
Tag, you're it! I'm gonna get you. Ow! What? It was only a little bit. Still, that's not good. You're it. No! Backstabbing! Horrible person! It didn't stab you that hard. It just did. It cut kind of bleeding though. Just a little. Ow! Don't touch it like that. Tag, you're it. Ow! That's not nice. You're gonna cut my arm off. No! My weenus! No!
You gave me a boo-boo! I'm telling my mom!
You gave me a boo-boo too! Look
It's
at that!
bleeding! Mom! She cut me!
Call 911!
My weenus will never work again!
How to use a box cutter.
OMG, I'm so popular. I'm Asian.
What?
When using your box cutter, you don't need the whole blade out like this. You only need a little bit. If you use this all the way up, you risk cutting whatever is inside the box, and that's not going to be good. Remember to take your time while cutting the box, because it only takes a few seconds when you're not looking to cause a fatal cut. Now, remember to cut away from your body. You should never cut towards your body. Also, keep your hands, one on your box cutter and one on the box, but away from the place you're cutting. You don't want to risk cutting yourself. Another thing, it's helpful to rotate the box while you're cutting and cut in the same direction.
When using a box cutter, point the blade away from yourself when cutting. Make sure no body parts are in the cutting path. Blades are best when they're sharp. Don't use dull blades because dull blades can be dangerous since you're putting more pressure into it. Don't use tools with the rest of the blade. Caution should be taken not to damage any of the contents behind the box. Never leave the utility knife unattended.
Action.
Be safe. And don't drop that box cutter.
Don't drop that dun-dun-dun. Hey, don't drop that dun-dun-dun. Don't drop that dun-dun-dun. Hey, don't drop that dun-dun-dun. Don't drop that dun-dun-dun. Don't drop that dun-dun-dun. Don't drop that dun-dun-dun. Hey, don't drop that dun-dun-dun. Don't drop that dun-dun-dun. Don't drop that dun-dun-dun.
Okay, it's the ruler, Nightmare Cougar. Keep me a Ruger, pop me a poop butt. The east where I grew up, so it's what I threw up. Sicker than the motherfucker, might throw my food up. Who cooler?